Hey YouTube, I'm back with my restoration series, and you see that? All those nice brown spots? That is all of the oxidation that I just scrubbed off that stem with this magic eraser here. These things work wonders. They're like $2.50 for a 4-pack, and this was really light oxidation. I mean, this was hardly anything at all. Now, if you have a really badly oxidized stem, it's like I said, the OxiClean will take care of some of that, but you might actually need maybe a good 2 or even 3 of these things to fully get all that oxidation scrubbed off of there. But this did a really good job, and this is our finished product here. I don't know if you can see that, but the brown is all gone around the base of the tenon there. The mouthpiece looks good. Everything looks just fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys the super simple way to polish it up. Rachel, will you give me another glove, please? I'm going to get my glove on here. Now, what I use to polish the stem, I don't use a buffing wheel because I don't have a buffing wheel. I don't have the room for that kind of setup, and I don't have the money for that kind of setup. But what I found is this stuff right here. This is Paragon wax. This little itty-bitty jar. I got this off, I think it was pipesandcigars.com for like $6. It's made by the people at Fine Pipes International. You can order it off their website too. I don't think you can order it off smokingpipes.com. But any one of those websites should have this, and this stuff works like a charm. And all you do is you bust open this little jar, and I mean this little itty-bitty jar, you use this stuff so sparingly that this will probably last me another 100 pipe bowls and stems easily. But what you do is you take a very small amount of this stuff. Like you can see, there's barely any on the end of my finger there. And just wipe it on the stem in a very thin, very even coat. Actually, I need just a tiny bit more than that. Just wipe this in a really even layer all the way around. And if you look at the stuff, it's made up of these fine little speckles. This is, I can't remember exactly what the stuff is made out of, but it's part Caranuba, I know, and some other bells and whistles that they've thrown in. And so I've got this really nice, thinly and evenly coated. Now what you're going to want to do is, unfortunately, the hardest part about this stuff is you got to give it about 5 minutes to dry. And when it dries, it's going to have this haze on it, and just a little bit there. And then when it gets to that haze, then you can polish it off by hand. And it's like I said, when you polish this stuff up by hand, it's not going to give you the kind of shine that a buffing wheel would. But to me, I still think it looks great, and it's way easier than dicking with a buffing wheel, in my opinion. So I'm going to let this stuff dry, and then I'm going to polish it up for you guys, and I'll show you how it looks. Alright, so I know you can't really see this, but this stuff is all dried up, and it looks all hazy and ugly. It's all white and powdery. But now what we're going to do is, this stuff is super easy to shine up by hand. I'm telling you guys, this Paragon wax, if you want to do any restoration work, this works even better on pipe and bowls than it does on stems. But it does do a good job on stems too. Now what you do when this stuff is dry and hazy like this, all you got to do is take a cloth. I'm just taking an old athletic sock that's hardly been worn. It's nice and clean and sanitary. I don't have to worry about it. From when I took gym, I don't wear shoes this short anymore. But basically, you just take your dry cloth, and then you start to polish. Hand polish, just kind of give it a good up and down motion. I'm going to quote Storm Wolf on this one. A lot of you guys out there should be used to this motion. But you just take it, you wipe off all of that. Get by the mouthpiece up there. Just give it a good rub down. They say that you can use a buffing wheel at very low speeds to do this, but they say this stuff is actually made to be polished by hand. But really, all you do, and if your finish is really, really, really dull, you might have to put on another coat, but I've never needed more than 2 coats of this stuff to do this. And if you looky there, voila! It's all nice and it still has a little bit of a matte look to it, probably in the camera. It's like I said, it doesn't get that nice mirror finish that you would get from a buffing wheel. You know, you're not going to be able to see yourself in it, but it does shine nicely. There's no brown to it. It's nice and black. I think I did accidentally scrape off a little bit of the model of the pipe was right here. It's a master built Vanguard. I think I accidentally scratched off the van on it, but oh well. I'm not planning to resell this pipe anyway, not just yet, I don't think. Maybe, don't know. But anyway, our stem is nice and black and shiny. Our bowl is clean, the shank is clean. Pipe's been waxed, and that is a fully restored pipe. I know this wasn't as detailed as some of the other videos that you guys have seen on here, but this is what works best for me. Next time you guys get a dirty old estate pipe, give it a shot. It's pretty easy, and it doesn't require a whole lot of effort. This is In Death We Trust. I'm out of here.